Alright, so one of the final steps that we'll do to get this underway is to add that fifth point. So let's go ahead and I'll call this my custom panel. Alright, and I'll just add this point somewhat arbitrarily. Make that an adaptive. And then we'll put a point at the centroid, just as we did before. So make sure that it's intersection. Select that one and your adaptive, and create the spline through points. Make that a reference line. Set. So then you can do the dimensioning, and it'll follow those 2 points. Okay, now we will make that a parameter. This will be the D parameter. We'll keep it at type. And we'll make that D. And so now the fun begins. What we're going to need is to what we want to do is create a formula that will basically open and close this according to that dimension. So to do that, we're going to give it some kind of relative dimension to base that formula on. So what I want you to do is create a dimension that's based on this lower diagonal. So we're going to go ahead and set to that. And again, we're going from this point to that point. So make sure you set the work plane to that. And then we'll assign this another parameter. So this will be D2. And this will be an instance. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is go into the family types, and let's create one more parameter, and this is going to be called the opening. And this will be an instance, and it will not be a length, it will actually be a number. That's really important. Otherwise it'll want units, and we don't want it to have units. Because essentially what we're going to do is, you remember, let me go ahead and just say OK, that these points are based around normalized around from 0 to 10, kind of its location along that line. We're going to use that information to get this opening. So we're going to give it a formula. So this will be a very specific formula that will basically take D2 divided by D. We'll put that in parentheses. And we want to make sure that this doesn't go beyond 0.5, because if this goes to 0.5 and that goes to 0.5 and this, they'll basically create a closed system, which that'd be alright, but if once it gets to 0.6, we're in trouble. So I'm going to just go 0.5, and let's apply that. And then let's give, I guess the last thing we need to do is make this interior 1 equal to the opening. Alright, so if we did everything we want, everything correct, as we move this away, we should see it start to affect. So as we moved it away, this opening got larger and larger. That's great. And as we move it closer, the opening will get smaller and smaller. Now do realize, and this is really important, that whatever the diagonal is, say it's 14 feet. It really will depend on how dense you make your panels. This point cannot get closer than whatever that diagonal is. So just keep that in mind when you start to populate this. So let's go ahead and populate it. So let's go ahead, save this again. We'll go ahead and load this into I'm just going to go ahead and create a new conceptual mass. And I'll just draw a simple, alright, let's just select that and we'll create a form around it and see what happens. That worked. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so let's divide that. Maybe something not so big. And let's go ahead and we will go back to our panel and load it into the project. I forgot to turn on my nodes, so this is a good refresher of how to do that. You hit that little arrow, turn on nodes. We got those going. Go to create component. It should bring in the last one you're working on. Make sure that it highlights each of these. Oh, and I forgot to select the final one, so I'll do that one more time. I need to have another point at play here. Okay, good. And we'll create. Let's see if this actually works. It doesn't. Alright, let's go ahead and select inside of this. I think the thing that I forgot to do was to turn this this parameter into a recorded parameter. So let's see, we got, should have everything set up correctly. Let's go ahead and make D and edit it, instance reporting. Make me fumble around with this a little bit. So I've copied that. Let's edit that, turn it into an instance reporting. Where else is it being used? So it should let me turn it. And if I put it in here, I'm afraid it's going to air out. Okay, so it did that. Let's try it one more time. Type. Say OK. Put in the formula. Go up here, edit, turn it into. Alright, why it works in that, I have no idea. Sorry, that is not so seamless. If you follow that, it works. Okay, great. So now let's load that back into the project. Okay, let's try this again. Still not happy. Try to put it in now one more time. fifth one. Now if we move that, oh sir, okay, it's working. Okay, the one thing that's not working is which direction it's facing. So there's two things that we can look at. Let's go back into that and see if, again, like we had to do before, we make all of these relative to the host XYZ. So essentially we'll look for the host and orient it according to that. Let's do that first. If that doesn't work, I have another trick. Yeah, okay, so that did it. The other thing you can do, I wouldn't do it in this case, but you can flip the adaptive component, and it'll essentially, as one can imagine, should have flipped it, didn't. Okay, you got the host to work, so that works. All right, I think that's it, except for let's go ahead and select that and repeat it. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. Nice. And again, you might want to change the formula to see kind of different things happen. But now we're on to something here. Alright, thanks guys. What you want to do is to apply that to another one of your facades. And just kind of make it work with what you have already in your design. Alright, thanks. Or make your own custom panel, that'd be awesome.